This week on Days of Our Steelers, the Diva and former Steelers wide receiver Antonio Brown reportedly punched a Titans defensive back during a joint practice before their preseason game in which the Buccaneers would lose 34-9. As right here you see AB grabbing onto the helmet of what looks like Adoree Jackson, the other Titans player, standing there being like, bro, what the heck? He rips off the helmet, he takes some tricks for Myles Garrett, and he rips off the helmet of Adoree Jackson. The coaches are even getting into it right now trying to stop him, but maybe this is what happens whenever you sign a man on your team that threw a couch out of an 18-story high apartment building. He gets ready to swing the punch. Adoree Jackson with his helmet off. He has no idea what to do. Antonio Brown sitting there. He probably thought that this is the same exact person who came by his house and decided that he wasn't going to pay him for any of the landscaping work, furniture work that he'd done, because that's just not worth it, people. And he throws the punch. AB lands one right into Adoree Jackson, and he most likely definitely got a fine for this. And honestly, this is very disappointing. I mean, he was doing so well. You know, all of the lawsuits and accusations against him have been dropped, even though he technically is still an accused rapist, and all of those things, yet he's allowed to be around Tom Brady's kids. And all of these things just add up on top of one another, accusation after accusation, after lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit. I wouldn't necessarily say going 100 miles an hour in Midnight Road before a Thursday night football game against the Panthers is the worst thing ever to do in the world. I'm more impressed that he was able to do it, but that's just the type of person that he is. I mean, you think he changes, and then he goes right back. And everyone has a temper tantrum sometimes, but he seems to have one every single, at least one time a month, and this is just one that we've heard of. Imagine the ones that we haven't heard of. I mean, look at these clips. He was the best wide receiver in the NFL, in my opinion. And honestly, the rate he was going, I think he could have been better than Jerry Rice, except he ruined his own career. He'll probably stay on the Bucs, except, I mean, look at where he is on the roster. He's their third best receiver when it comes to the depth chart. So it's not like, I mean, he'll get catches and things like that. He'll play, but it won't be anything close to where he could be if he would have stayed with the Steelers and kept his temper down, And Ben Roethlisberger, with all being said, he did have something to do with it, coaching, management, everything had something to do with why AB left, but the main reason was him himself. It was Antonio Brown. So, yeah, this is not very surprising, but Antonio Brown, the diva, the peacock struggling his feathers, is once again having another tantrum. And just like former players never getting out of their old ways, so are the days of our Steelers.